Hi everyone, for the last thought bubble of this year, our theme is hope. Now, someone recently in school asked me, Josh, why is it that Christians are always happy? Christians always seem to be the people who are kind of filled with joy. They have this kind of hope that kind of seems unexplainable. Why is that? How is that the case? How's that possible? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Here is the reason why Christians tend to be happy and joyful and hope-filled. It's because, well, it's not because of the reason you might think. You might think the reason that I, as a Christian, am happy and stuff like that is because we have the world as it is, and yet I think that God's made it and that He loves me, and that's my little way of coping with everything in the world, and that it's my way of dealing with things, and if that makes me happy, then great. But it's not actually true. A lot of people kind of assume that, I think, but the reality is that Christians are people who've discovered the truth about everything. I'm no better than anyone. The only thing that's different is that God has helped me realize the truth about this whole crazy world that we live in. The hope that a Christian has, the joy that a Christian has, is based on this. Not that I'm great, because I'm not. The truth of the Bible actually is that I'm awful, that I sin, meaning I commit crimes against God. I'm selfish, I'm greedy, I'm so many awful things. And you might think, okay, whoa, you're talking about hope. There's no hope there. But yeah, the hope doesn't come from me. The hope comes from God being everything that I couldn't be. See, Jesus came and Jesus lived a perfect life. He never once did anything wrong. And yet He then willingly chose to die the death of a sinner. He was punished as if He'd committed all of the sins in the world. He was punished as if He'd committed every sin on my rap sheet. And He was punished so that I wouldn't have to be. So that any chance of punishment coming my way is gone forever. So I never have to think, oh, am I actually going to be good enough to heaven when I die, and if there's a God, if there's a heaven, am I actually going to get there? I never have to worry about that. I never have to think about that because Jesus has done everything for me so that I can be forgiven. Therefore, in every situation in life, I can rest in that. Whether things are going wrong in school, whether things are tough at home and upsetting, whatever is happening in my life, I can rest knowing that ultimately my biggest problem has been dealt with forever. Because when Jesus dies, He not only takes all of my sin, my guilt away and pays for it and deals with it, He also gives me, when I trust in Him and believe in Him, He gives me His goodness, His innocence. So when God looks down from heaven and sees me, He doesn't see Josh's sin. He doesn't see Josh's selfishness, my pride, my cheating, my lust, my greed. Instead, He sees perfection, not because I've done it, but because Jesus has kind of covered me with His goodness. And you might kind of think, oh, that's a bit confusing, but watch this video back again. It's on the YouTube channel. This is the reason why Christians are so filled with hope. And hope is in such short supply in the world today. People are so broken and hopeless. We look around at the world and we see things getting worse. We see people hating one another. We see disaster upon disaster, and we look around and we try and find hope. We try and find some sort of thing to boost us and give us joy and happiness, but we might find it for a little while, but then it fades away again, and we're left with the same problem, our brokenness, our hopelessness. Have you ever felt like that? I guarantee you have. When I was your age, around about 14, 15, I used to feel just like that. I used to feel like my life was just this endless cycle of doing things and there was no point to anything, and it left me in despair. It left me hopeless. It left me thinking, there's no point to my life, so why keep living it? But the thing that gave me hope isn't just a nice thought I comfort myself with, and in reality I don't know whether it's true. It's not that. The thing that gives me hope is knowing the God who created everything, and that instead of judging me like he should do, he's instead made a way to forgive me. And that's how much he loves me and loves you, that he would do exactly the same for you. And so I know that no matter what disasters might happen to me on this earth, the time I have here is so short on my timeline. There's a few short years here on earth, and then as soon as my heart stops beating and I leave this earth, I will go to be with him forever, where there's no pain, there's no sadness, there's no suffering, there's no brokenness. That is the hope that you can have. That is the hope that I have. That is the hope that I truly believe you were created to know, that is on offer for you, just as it was for me. Now, I'm no different from you. I'm not more special than you. I haven't realized something you haven't. I haven't gained knowledge and become better than you or anyone. All I am is like, I'm just a poor beggar who's found some bread, showing you where to find it too. There's nothing special about me. All I'm saying is there's something special about God, about Jesus. He's the one who gives true, lasting hope that never fades, never fails, and will truly, truly satisfy. That is the hope in the midst of a hopeless world. So, I hope you've had a good year, and I hope you have a fantastic summer. I pray for you, hope that God is with you, and I'll see you in September. Have a wonderful summer, guys. See you in a couple of months. Bye for now.